Hey, what's up, time travelers? This is Videobob. We're here working on Delorean time machine. I don't know what number this is. We've done like 35 of them. And this one is going to be our personal time machine that we're going to have at my new shop that we're relocating to Las Vegas. I'm here in Dallas, Texas now, where we've been had this shop here for 10 years. Moving a new shop to Las Vegas, and this summer we're going to be offering customer experiences where you'll be able to come into Vegas and go for a ride in the time machine. How much fun will that be? So I haven't been updating this series because I've been busy moving back and forth to Las Vegas, and probably by the time you see this video, we'll have already hit 100,000 subscribers. And so if you haven't subscribed, you should go do it right now, because maybe you're gonna be the 100th subscriber. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? So we build DeLorean time machines here, and if you've been watching this continued series, this particular car that we're building is going to be a little bit different than all the other time machines that we've built here. As I've said, we've done about 35 of them. This one is going to be the one we're going to use in Las Vegas. So we're doing some things to it to make it a little bit more heat proof. We've also done some really cool interior things in here. You know, we're trying to heat proof the car, take all the carpet out, put in like a Dynamat type of insulation up in the headliner, the doors, and in the floorboards. We're even going to put it under the vehicle. And we've done some things that a lot of the DeLorean purists are going to hate. And some of the Back to the Future purists are not going to like either, because they changed some of the aesthetic of the interior of the DeLorean. But I think that some of you that are out there that are DeLorean fans are going to appreciate what we've done, and I want to show you what we've done. Check it out. Okay, we're looking inside here, the DeLorean time machine. Now, you're going to notice something here. Check that out. There are vents in the knee pad under the plutonium chamber, and that is not a stock DeLorean item. That is not how a DeLorean comes. But what we've decided to do is to block off the vents that would normally be behind the time circuits there. Because when we build a time machine, the only air that you're getting is kind of coming out from under there. And then also there are vents up here in the tops of the doors that kind of blow to the side, but then the air has to come all the way out here, go through these little vents. And what we've done is we've filled those holes with these vents, so we can optionally open them and also have air coming out that area, or just close them off to create more pressure here. This knee pad, as it's known, is basically a fiberglass type of box that's been covered in leather, and we've just sealed the back of it and created a place for the air hose to run in there. And so now the passenger will have air blowing right on their face. And in Las Vegas, when it gets really hot, that's going to come in handy. Moving over to the driver's side, you can see that we've done the same thing. There is a, quote, knee pad on each side of the steering wheel. I don't know if I can see the other side over here. Let me see if I can get over there. You'll be able to see it right there. There you go. So now the driver will be able to have air conditioning blowing directly on them as well. And I don't know why the DeLorean wasn't built this way, but that's how it is. Now, this car is an automatic. We're trying to millennial proof this car. We've added a custom power steering to the car that we've shown in other videos. So if you want to learn more about that, go back and watch some of the earlier videos on this series. We've also added this, we haven't put the camera in yet, but it is a Boyo screen. It's kind of like the new Cadillacs, where the entire rear view mirror is a screen. We haven't mounted the camera yet, but we're probably going to mount it probably right into the bumper, just right here. Because we need it so that you can legitimately use it as a rear view mirror. Because the thing about it is, once you've put in this rear bulkhead and you've sealed up the back, there's no longer a way to look out the back window. And you only have these small side mirrors, so it's kind of hard to see out. So that's going to add for if you have to back up, or if somebody's riding in your blind spot, taking your picture, which happens often. Now, the radio is actually an original, what is that, a Kraco, I think it is? That's an original, out-of-the-box, new old stock tape deck radio, 2-speaker radio, and that's what I'm going to have in the car. I'm going to do it old school, but we do have these cool speaker pods that we put down here, which are custom done. These are carpeted fiberglass done. I think my buddy Danny Bakken made those from Delorean Motor Company in California. And what we're going to do is we're going to route the sound effects package coming out of the car through the factory speakers, which are up in the dash, you know, right up there. They're little 3-inch speakers that go in there. They're not very loud, but it'll add a stereo sound effects package. And then the car radio will come out these smaller, these other ones down in the kick panels. and you'll be able to listen to your Back to the Future cassette. Now what I've done though is I've got a wireless Bluetooth cassette adapter. The cassette goes into the tape deck, and then you sync your phone to the rechargeable cassette, and you can stream your phone into the radio. Won't be the greatest quality, but really it's giving you that true 1981 experience of being in the DeLorean. So what sets this car apart from some of our replicas is there's just things on this car that are a little bit higher quality. Not to say that our other cars are lesser quality, but I'll give you some examples here. For instance, these are the genuine like titanium clamps that go on the original car. We don't normally put those on our replicas because these are like 15 bucks a piece. But for my personal car, I'm putting them on. Normally other parts that would be a replica part, I'm putting the original part on here, kind of just in a way to hide it. Now we've got it up in the air because we're working on the bands, and you know, we talked about the Flux bands and boxes earlier. What we do is we put in this LED strip lighting. It's cheap, it's easy to get, and it's not that difficult to replace. And what we do is we hold it in place with this really crystal clear silicone, because the adhesive that they put on these is not good enough to really hold it on there. And we've been doing it this way for years, and we really haven't had any of them burn out, but they will get dirty from driving. But if they do fail, they're not expensive to replace, and it's not that hard to pull the bands right off the car and just peel those off and put new ones on. So you can see how we use metal to reinforce these brackets, hold them on. That is definitely screwed right into the car for sure. And then you can also notice here on these bands how, I'll flip it over, you know, how these brackets have been welded on there. And there we go. So very well built. What are you working on over there?
I'm trying to see which one is the best mold to make it.
Oh yeah, you're making flux capacitors. Yeah, so these are glass tubes. Well, the real ones would be glass tubes, and we make these replicas of the relays, and then we have molds of the original relay parts. I don't have one around here, but this is a what we call a wormhole emitter. This thing goes up on top of the car. It's funny because this little grill comes off of a Pioneer speaker, and it's just a weird thing that they put on the car, and we make replicas of it, and it looks like the real thing. I had a pile of them over here somewhere. But these are just, you know, pieces that have been poured. They haven't been touched up yet. There's Biff cane fist thing. Just random bits and pieces that we make castings of. You know, like the keypad for the time circuits. This stuff gets cast and tossed in a box, and then when we're ready to finish it, you know, we have to do the detail work on it, and then that's what Omar does over here. He hand paints all this stuff and gets it ready to mount on the car. You know, these parts here are pretty hard to get, so we just started making them out of plastic. And the great thing about doing it that way is we have quality control and also inventory control. We could make as many of them as we want, and we'll never run out. That's how come we can make so many of these cars. So this has just been painted. This is famously the 69 Dodge Polara hubcap used as part of the plutonium chamber. We're building 3 cars in production along with the one that I'm building in there right now. And this is one of the cars that we're building. It's gonna be a plutonium chamber car. So we don't like doing these. Please don't order them. That's not that much of an update for this time machine. We're really busy. I mean, there's just totes and things everywhere. We're getting things ready to move. We have to move a 5,000 square foot shop and a 6,000 square foot house. And, you know, I'm about to take the truck for another run out to Vegas, taking more stuff. I got some of these cool throne chairs that are going into the dining room. Whoops, tripped over some stuff. You know, those big, you'll see them. Just keep watching the video on the updates of the house. A lot of amazing stuff. So stay tuned for that. Well, you know, we got the truck just about ready to rock and roll for another trip. I do have some sad news to report. I'll be doing a video on it soon, but I ended up selling the tour bus. I didn't want to do it, but you know, I realized that I really only use the bus to go back and forth to Vegas, and since I'm moving out there, I'm not going to be using it much. I thought about it. I was like, once I get there, I'm just going to park it there, and I'm probably not going to use it ever again. I use it here as an office and a kitchen, a break room. We hang out in there, make meals. But my shop's going to be at my house in Vegas, so I'm not going to need it. And one of my customers that I'm building a couple of 3 or 4 cars for, he's been in love with the thing, and he made me a cash offer on the bus. And I was like, you know what? I could use that money for other things. I got to build like a 5-car garage over at the new house and another 30 by 60 building. We're doing a lot of construction. We got to fix a pool. I could take the money from that and put it into a couple other buildings and help with the move. Not to mention the fact that, you know, I now have a $5,000 a month mortgage. But thanks to your help, my viewers, the little bit of money I get from YouTube every month helps me make that payment. So thanks so much for watching. I know this was sort of a lazy video. We didn't get a lot of information in, but I just wanted to post something. Next video will probably be celebrating my 100,000 subscribers. I've had this channel since 2007, going on 14 years or something, and I've really enjoyed making videos and sharing my life with all of you, my viewers. And it's only going to get better from here, guys. Once we get the Vegas shop up and rolling, we're going to be doing some amazing stuff. So if you enjoy movie cars and you enjoy these kind of blogs, throw me a subscribe. And I do a lot of live videos too, so you might want to turn on your notifications if you want to ever chat with me live. Anyway, thanks again. I'll catch you guys later. Bye.